Line Podcast.
All right, so we're at episode 15, and we have another guest. Andrew Kraft is in the, as Patrick likes to say,
Hilltop Studios.
Hilltop Studios, yep. Which, by the way, did you turn around when you pulled up? Now you know why
did.
Hilltop
Now I
Studios.
know why it's called Hilltop Studios.
A little
yes.
lake action in the background.
Yep.
So we kind of are unprepared in this, and I want to just say it because I think it's cool, I guess. We'll roll with that. But you're just like I'm not going to say like the average fisherman, but you are like a fisherman that loves to fish and gets out, and you're all over the board.
Yeah, definitely. For me, it started at a very early age, early in life, I guess. I grew up on Lake of the Woods pretty much up in Baudette, Minnesota, and that kind of kicked the obsession into gear right there, and moved down here to Bemidji 3 years ago now. And I tell you what, this is a multi-fishing paradise for any guy. There's so many different fish species to go after.
Yeah, because Lake of the Woods, you basically have walleye, sauger.
Yeah, I mean, you
Pike.
got sturgeon, pike, that whole thing.
A
And
few
what's-
smallmouth
You
in
have
the
some
river.
uniqueness there.
Yeah,
You got
up in Canada.
big eel pout. You got big sturgeon.
Yeah.
You got big walleyes. You got big northern. It's kind of big.
Well, everything's big. That's
Yeah,
the beauty of
yeah.
it. But
Right.
But yeah, that's how exactly why I know you're from Baudette, is from the definition of how you said Baudette.
Baudette.
You said it like you've lived there before.
It's Baudette.
But yeah, there you go.
Right.
So
Baudette.
I'm like, oh, I'm going up to Baudette. You're like, no.
Baudette.
So you guys went fishing today,
Yes, we did.
Mm-hmm.
and I'm upset I didn't go, but I also watch football.
We did too.
So-
Well, we did too. We just got
It's
up.
called getting up early
early.
in the morning, Aaron.
Well,
Not
no, because
9:30,
you were
10
talking
o'clock.
to me like you want to do a podcast. I'm like, I went to Stevens at like 10:30.
Yeah, we'd already cranked in our like 15th crappie, but
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I slept in.
right.
Just
It's
kidding.
called getting up early.
No, it's called having a kid that's 8 months old and waking me up all night.
Would you care to elaborate on that?
Well, mine's 18 months, but I
Yeah, well,
I
that's
get
a
where you're
different-
coming from.
That's a difference.
All right.
Yeah.
So you guys went out fishing, and we have photos and videos.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so
We did good.
the pure definition of fall fishing, I think, is what you guys kind of showed clinic-wise in the
Yeah.
photos and the videos.
Yes.
Definitely. I actually
Unprepared fall fishing.
Yeah. I went out with my tube socks and Crocs this morning, expecting just your casual fall day, but turns out it's a little colder than that, so my toes got a
Wind.
little.
Yeah. And I'm up in the front of the boat with my brand new lockout suit from Eskimo.
Yeah.
But not the jacket, but just the bibs.
Patrick's ready to make a snowman, and I got my sandals on, and
He barely wears the jacket even in ice season. So
it was
It's
a
cold.
good bite.
Our fingers got cold. It was going great until that wind picked up.
Yeah.
And we're going to get into how we were catching these fish here in a little bit.
it's definitely been windy the last week
Yeah.
here. Have you noticed?
Pretty
It's
steady,
just like
pretty steady wind.
There's
you-
no leaves left on the trees.
no, they're gone. I look out in the lake and I see white caps in fall, and I'm like,
Gross.
where's the couch?
Mm-hmm.
Where's the couch? All right, so you guys you went out fall fishing style, and you guys bared the Alaskan style. All I can think of is those big waves coming over the boat and the Alaskan crab
Deadliest
short-
catch.
deadliest catch.
It was close to the crab fishing type feel out there. We didn't have ice in the boat. That comes a little bit later, when we still will get boats out there. But, this all started when we were driving back from Eskimo Pro Day. There was a moment of silence in there, and I was thinking, man, I really want to get out fishing. And I was firing through the Rolodex, and I was like, you know what, I think I'm going to get a hold of Andrew. And because he took me out, we did a little fishing a while back. And I was like, I'll just wait and text him when I get home. And I get home, and I don't know, putting my stuff away, and I hear, ding. Huh. Look at here, Andrew, want to go fishing? Yes, I would. And I told him, I was like, I was just going to text you and ask you if you wanted to go out, take a guy out. So it worked out. And it was quick plans.
Yeah. No,
Like
it
30
was
seconds, meet me here. Okay, we'll do. See you at 8 a.m.
Bing, bang, it was done.
I no sooner pulled into the landing and was getting my stuff out of the back, and here he comes, right on time.
Just ripping in.
Ripping on in.
So before we get into your technique, all that stuff that you guys did today, what's your favorite fall fishing? And if you say everything we did today, I mean, it's a short answer to the topic, but so what's your favorite fall fishing? Is it bluegills? Is it crappies? And then kind of roll into what you guys did today for techniques that could have worked for benefiting that fall fishing.
Sure. I guess for me personally, I'm just as much a walleye guy as anyone else. I like chasing walleyes, and especially where my roots are planted. That's kind of the primary species that is instilled in everyone's blood up there. So it's hard for me not to get up there and get a good crack at those walleyes that are running upriver every fall. But come down here, and it's kind of the opposite philosophy for me. I'd rather go after big panfish, bluegills, crappies, and you never see hardly anyone else out there doing it, simply due to the fact that, there's whitecaps out there today. It's cold.
Oh, yeah.
Keeps people inside.
It was a stay inside day.
Yeah, and those are typically the days you go out and have a lot of success. You got the whole body of water to yourself and out there with a good buddy or two and just having a good time. So it was a lot of fun. Glad we did it.
I know that Lake of the Woods, Great Big Lake, Rainy River, Great Big Lake, but is there any, I guess I've never really looked around on maps, is there any bluegill opportunity up there around that area, or do you have to travel down here?
Yeah, well, I think there's one, little lake in between here and there heading north, but, north of here. After you get through Black Duck and all that, you get up to Washkish, and once you get up past that, there's really nothing. And then I don't even know, as far as Canada goes, how far, north you actually have to go to find a decent bluegill lake. There really isn't a population of bluegills in Lake of the Woods.
Until you head west, and you get out, and because like Mitigoshi,
Yep.
I mean, that's a ways away, but that's
Right.
half of it's, or part of it's in Canada.
Yep.
And
Up in
stuff like that.
Botno, North Dakota area up there.
Right.
Yeah.
So what's your fall technique? Do you have any? If anyone's listening and you wanted to kind of say, all right, me being an awesome fisherman like I am, no props given or anything, is there any
Won't go that far.
is there any like techniques? Because every fisherman's different. I can bring 50 people in your spot and ask them the same question.
Well, and then
think there's gonna be
techniques also
different.
vary by location.
Right. No,
Yeah.
I think
Well, for our location where you live,
Sure.
if you were going to take your top 5 panfish lakes that you like to hit, what would be your techniques for fall fishing? One, go out on a shitty day. That might be it. I have no idea. So, yeah.
Well, nice days are preferred, and then even still, there's hardly anyone out. But for me, fall provides a time where you can throw out multiple different bait presentations and just experiment with things. One, simply due to the fact that fish school up in large numbers. They're really hungry. They're kind of going in that feeding mode before winter comes, so to speak. So it's a good time of the year to experiment with, your artificial baits, plastics. And if you want to throw a little meat on there, you pinch off a minnow head and put it on a little panfish spoon. But it's just a great time of the year to pretty much use anything. I mean, you can catch fish doing whatever you want. If you want to throw out a slip bobber with a plain hook and a minnow, or
the way I always think about this fall fishing like this, it's not finding active fish, because that, or worried about the fish actually being active to bite, because they're more than willing to chew down. It's finding them.
Yep.
And like today, if we knew where the crab. It took us a little while to find them.
Yep.
Because they weren't right where we thought they would be. They were out on the edge of where we thought they would be.
Are you on the island? The grass island?
Just
no
off,
one knows the lake.
Just
so.
Off of them. Yep.
Okay, that's usually where they're at.
Yep.
Is off
Yep. But it took us a minute or two once we found them, and then here's the other side of this fall fishing. Fall is usually kind of windy like this, and once you get on a school, you hope that it's big enough that if you catch a fish or two, you're drifting, you're still on them. But that wasn't the case today.
Right.
And your main target of fish today was?
Crappies. Yep.
And what was the biggest?
14 and a half, I believe.
14 and a half. Northern Minnesota crappie. Huh?
Lots of 13, 13.5.
13s to 14s were pretty much the norm today. So that's pretty good average size. And
We got a couple of kicker bluegills
yeah.
that you usually find mixed in with the crappies.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, right now you can find all those fish just kind of looking in those basin areas, those deeper stretches, off those weed beds, anywhere where there were fish in the summer, kind of in the weeds. A good starting point is just to look, adjacent to those weeds off in deeper water, because those fish will just slide down and start schooling up and eating bugs in the mud and minnows and whatever.
And then, like I said today, our challenge after we found the fish was trying to stay on top of them. Mm-hmm. So it was catch one, and say Andrew catches one. He's running the motor and stuff, and he's trying to unhook it, all that kind of stuff. And with the wind the way it was, we drifted off that little school. So it was like, okay, back up. Okay, then I would get one. Then he would get. We had a couple of doubles today, and then you get everything situated, and you're ready to get back down. It's like, okay, don't drop back down.
Any proper equipment to benefit to stopping that?
We talked about that. If you had a bow mount with like spot lock, that would help. But the way this lake is shaped and the wind is blowing, it kind of swirls around back there, so that spot lock would just keep spinning back and forth. And
not only that, but for this lake in particular, for whatever reason, those fish are moving 100 miles an hour. So you combine the two of those things, and you'd be, even if you had spot lock, you'd be moving a lot. But
and it seemed like you'd catch one out of the school, and the school would just like disband, and then regroup someplace else, not far away.
No,
but away. Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So, since you have your own boat,
I do.
Open water, do you have sparkles on your boat?
I do not. No.
What's your take on sparkles?
Hey, sparkles usually mean nice boats. So
is that what it is? So if you have a sparkly boat,
sparkles.
I think if we dig deep enough, there's a stripper correlation.
A stripper correlation to
why there's glitter in boats.
All right.
It kind of reminds you of the strip club that there's glitter everywhere.
There's glitter everywhere.
Not that I've been to any.
Put a pole in the front type of thing. So you don't know? You don't possibly know why?
I don't know why. It's usually those Rangers, the Skeeter. The new Lunds have them now. The new fiberglass Lunds.
Does it have something to do with sun reflection, water reflection?
No, it's just purely cosmetic.
Allows your wife to agree to you getting a new boat.
Yeah, you can have it as long as it got purple glitter in there.
That's how my wife is. She said, you can get a new boat as long as it sparkles in the sun. And I said, well, I don't think I need a new boat that bad. So.
All right, so that's a question for anyone out there that can answer it. Why do boats have glitter in them?
They would be actually kind of boring without that in the gel coat.
Yeah, it would be.
Although it would be really cool to see a matte black, total stealth boat.
For sure, that would be way cooler.
Can't you put like a nice gloss on it and still have it look appealing without?
I would like to see a matte black, just a boat you would think would be smuggling drugs down in the ocean. Like when the lights click off and the moonlight shine and this thing's ripping.
Yeah, just put a big Batman logo on it.
Yeah. Spotlight.
If I had enough money to be like, oh yeah, my next boat, matte black, Batman logo.
Just do it.
And right out in the front, spotlight.
Oh yeah.
Shine it up.
It'd be easy to find.
When you're trolling through.
For sure.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask about the sparkles because for you being open water, just in the boat type of situation, I just wanted to be like, why is there glitter? So I hope someone messages us and be like, here's the exact reason why they have glitter. And
I hope they do because I'm curious to find out. But
I'm not going to Google it. I want someone to tell me.
Yeah,
and then maybe we'll bring it back and be like, so the glitter is...
Must just be an attractant. I don't know.
An attractant.
To the ladies.
Yeah. Do you ice fish?
I do.
Now... Slightly answer my own question because last year you came ice fishing with me.
Yeah.
Would you rather ice fish or open water?
That's the toughest question that anyone could ever ask. Just due to the fact that, one, ice fishing you can be in a nice warm fish house, or you can choose not to be.
Yeah.
In a boat in open water, you can be rolling in 5-6 footers.
Sounds so.
When
fun.
it's raining or snowing, so. I'm kind of torn. I think it depends on the season,
You need a little bit of both to be happy.
I do. To be sane, I think I need both.
I think like if I lived down south again and it was open water year round, I think I would get kind of bored. Just having grown up here, it's not that I get bored fishing, but it's just like, cool. It's a completely it's a change deal. Using short rods or drilling through the lake. You know, it's just there's that different switch.
Yeah.
Well, we use short rods today too. We used
Yep.
ice fishing rods. We used long rods.
A little bit of everything.
Mixed it up.
Even had a Markham flasher hanging off the side.
Whoa.
Oh yeah.
So you
Yeah.
guys did the old 3
Extra
years ago
sonar.
when we were in we went up into Canada and we had little aluminum boats. We didn't have our big Warrior or anything like that, and we did the same thing. Put the transducer over the side and it
Yep.
worked. Or
It's pretty
aluminum
effective.
boat, we just threw some water in the bottom of the boat and
Mhm.
sucked right through the boat. So ice fishing, last year you came tip-up fishing northern and back in your Baudette area.
Yep.
However you say that word.
Baudette.
Yeah. And that was what, episode 11?
Yeah, it's towards the tail
One of
end.
the
there,
last.
I
I
think.
think it was 11. No, maybe 12. We had 13 episodes, right?
12 sounds familiar.
So 12 then.
Yeah, because
it was
we
one
did the
before
Rainy
end.
River after that.
Yeah, that was number 13. So if you guys want to see, him in action besides some of the stuff that you guys did today, episode 12, Fish Addictions TV on YouTube, and you can kind of see it. What's your favorite ice fishing? Was that fun? Is that what you like to do up in there? Or have you done sturgeon? Like,
I have
wanna
done
do
sturgeon.
He
ice
wants
fishing.
he won't
And you-
stop talking about sturgeon through the ice.
Yeah.
You start to see more and more guys doing it now for whatever reason, but I mean, people flock up to the Rainy River now even during the winter.
Flocka?
Flock
Oh,
up.
God, don't
Like
start
Waka
that.
Flocka?
No, like Flocka
Flame?
the drug.
Yeah,
Oh.
YouTube it.
The
I thought you meant the rapper.
No, I'm sure he made it though. There was the Vikings today were playing
The Raven.
Flacco was his name.
Joe Flacco.
Yeah, so all I was thinking of is he was sitting there like, oh, I'm gonna change the name to Flock. It's a zombie eating drug. You got to YouTube it. It's unreal. These people, but
Trippy.
Doesn't sound appealing at all.
Nope.
no, absolutely not. So you go up to so through the ice. You
Yeah.
said you've done that.
Yep.
And like they're huge.
Mm-hmm.
So do you have a 10-inch hole? Do you do 2 holes?
2 holes.
That'd be
Sometimes,
so
I mean,
cool.
you can do more. You can take the ice out and make it as big as you
Almost
want.
like a
but-
spear angling hole.
Yeah. and
So are we gonna go do that this winter?
I think we probably should.
do a podcast from in the ice house.
Probably be a good
Yeah,
idea.
generator outside, but we can do that. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
We'll make it
Yeah.
happen.
We'll call someone.
I think I know a place where I could probably get one of those really nice fancy fish houses. Huh? You know,
Those
we could
big
borrow
fancy
it.
are we talking?
Those big like
They got cedar tongue and groove in there and beds and all that kind of stuff.
fancy. Oh,
One of those. I think I know a guy that could probably hook us up.
I think I do too.
Yeah.
actually like I think we all know a lot of
Yeah.
people that could hook us up.
No, that'd be awesome. And everyone does it at night for whatever reason. If they feed better at night in the winter, I don't know, but
Would you say that would have been uncut angling? That kind of.
Yeah, because he
he
did
was
it,
one of the first ones that I saw on video doing it. Yeah.
Right.
and he did it Wisconsin side or
Rainy River.
United States side. I mean,
Oh,
Yeah,
we
because
were just in
you
Wisconsin,
can't, you
so that
can't
was
fish for sturgeon through the ice in Canada.
no, you cannot. It's
that's
illegal.
crazy.
No
Yeah.
matter what time of the season. So
Right.
yeah,
I wonder why.
I don't know. They're protective of them for whatever reason, but yeah. But yeah, definitely be a
Interesting.
cool shoot. That'd be a good time. Just
Yeah.
pretty lazy fish and let it sit on bottom. Have sturgeon swim
Oh,
on
that
by.
sounds so relaxing.
Just sitting back and doing
It's
nothing.
like wintertime giant bullhead fishing.
giant bullheads.
Yeah.
Like 6 foot,
Right.
7 foot
Mhm.
giant.
You know, I've done this. I've done the sturgeon thing. Out of the boat. In the spring, and I mean it's the first couple are fun, and then it's kind of like I don't want to do this for another 45 minutes. Like we were talking earlier. We were talking about saltwater because you're headed to Mexico,
Yep, February we're going to Mexico.
right?
Is that just a vacation?
Yeah,
you
it's
fishing?
kind of. Yeah, we'll fish one day maybe.
And I've never fished salt. He's fished salt, so we were kind of talking about some of the goal species to fish for, and one of his is Goliath grouper.
Mhm.
Well, we had Matt Brewer in here, and he's caught them, and kind of the same. For me, I'd be like, I just want to catch one and then move on.
Knock it off the list and
Yeah.
move on.
I've heard the same thing, guys that have caught halibut. They're like, yeah, the first couple are cool, and then it's like, man, I'd have more fun going to the gym, you know, because it's just grinding. It's like reeling up a car hood.
Yeah.
That's kind of true.
Yeah.
You like bass fishing?
I do. Yeah.
So if you're going to Mexico, as you say Mexico?
Yep.
Why wouldn't you go to, is it El Salto?
You know, I
Or
don't
whatever the
know.
heck that
We're
lake is.
kind of where we stay. It's right on the
Maybe
ocean.
we should
there, so-
change the definition of where we are staying and go to one of the best bass fishing
I
places
know.
like in this whole continent.
It's
I
on
remember
the
reading
bucket
about that
list,
place
but-
as a kid, and like there's a flooded town underneath the water
Yeah.
there. There's like I've seen pictures of guys
I did
fishing over a cemetery.
yeah, I did El Salto Abu Garcia video,
Oh yeah.
and it was 100% GoPro. So it was just like as no big cameras, it was just 100% slightly raw, shaky GoPro type thing. It's like, all right, let's put it together and let's make and it was for Abu Garcia, and I mean the fish are huge.
Oh yeah.
They can fit like a full gallon milk jug in their
Oh,
mouth.
yeah. 10
and it's a
pounders
bass.
all day, I suppose.
So
They're giants.
change your destination a little bit, and you're good to go.
It's on the bucket list.
I wonder if Mexico has Uber or not Uber, but
Uber?
Uber?
That'd be one
Yeah,
expensive
it's like
Uber.
a donkey Uber. Donkey.
You just load
"Oh,
up. You
dump
get a
it."
backpack full of pesos and be like, dude, let's take the donkey and go to El Salto.
Man.
Let's go.
If
Load
that
it up.
happens, you got to film that and send that to us.
I will. I'll definitely do that if I make it there. I doubt I,
fished
will. But
from a donkey.
So we're with however many episodes we're in, we're gonna try to start doing like this format of how we want the shows to go instead of it just being like a broken line the whole time, which is our name, which is fine. We break the line a lot, but when you go down there, we kind of want to start getting like when every guest that we have sends us content to
Yeah.
interlace into our show. So when you go down there, we need some sort of content of you fishing or something, and then like, hey, you're listening to the broken line, and like, and then like a shot of you catching a fish, and it's just all phone, audio, all that good stuff. And then
Even if you're sitting on the beach,
with a
sipping a-
sombrero.
yeah,
sipping a margarita and be like, hey, you're on the broken line?
yeah, you're listening to the broken line or something, and you're
Just
just
some.
zigzagging down a beach or something.
Yeah, and you'll
whatever.
have
I
to
could do
email that to us because he learned a new file sharing technique.
I did. Patrick showed me the airdrop today.
Oh, jeez.
Wasn't
That's
familiar with
Patrick's
airdrop.
favorite. He doesn't
Yeah, he
like
likes-
to
he
send
likes it.
anything.
Email it
Usually
to
Nah,
us.
I
yeah.
send pictures via text or
Yeah,
It's
he's
so
like,
much easier.
throw on your airdrop. I'll
Yeah.
share it over to you. I'm like, you could just text it to me. No.
So explain to me though, how does that work if you're not in the same room? Does it work at all?
You got to be within
have to
Bluetooth
be.
range.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you
Okay.
can't do it either way. So that technically that's Apple's way of not losing any quality through uploading or downloading. It's just Bluetooth right across to your phone.
Yeah.
It's
Pat-
cool, but you have to be in the same room, pretty much.
Yeah.
You can't be in another place. But that's why there are other Dropbox, we share, that kind of
Mhm.
stuff if you don't want to lose quality. Because sometimes Gmail compresses, YouTube compresses, Facebook
Facebook,
compresses,
yeah.
all that stuff compresses to make the file as small as it can get.
Sure.
Text message probably does too. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
They might not say it, but it probably does.
Hmm.
But
Patrick's
Yeah.
teaching me new things. I appreciate
Airdrop.
that, Patrick.
Hey, anytime.
you want to talk fishing? We're gonna airdrop
Talk
the files.
texting. Yeah.
Is that when we're done? He's gonna airdrop me because you can hook it to
I
my
can-
computer.
I can.
So he's
airdrop.
gonna airdrop the files. Hold on a second. Let me just flick the airdrop on. Drop it down.
Yep.
Send
That's
it
exactly
over.
how it's going to go down. I
Sweet.
sent him the video, everything. It's nice.
Yeah, it's pretty slick.
I don't know. I'm still caught on this bass fishing in Mexico. You're going all the way there, and you're not even gonna do it.
No, we did catch marlin one time, and we did catch mahi mahi dorado. Same thing.
But you're going to how cool would it be to go to another country to catch big bluegills? Like I'm talking like the biggest bluegills like in the continent.
like 5-pound bluegills.
Yeah. Would you go, or would you be like,
Well, yeah.
there's a mahi mahi down the shore over here, you know, like
Well, I've thought about that before. Like, I have an open invite to go catch those giant Idaho perch. It's an open invite. All I got to do is get to the Boise airport. My buddy will pick me up.
Oh,
And this is
Very
a
good.
crack at 3-pound perch.
Yeah.
I'd love to do that, but then I come back here and it's like the fun of the hunt is kind of over. I already got a 3-pound perch. Unless I say, well, now I got to get a 3-pound perch in Minnesota. Same thing with bluegills. You know, I was telling you about the crappie lakes down in Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you ever want to see something cool, Google 20-inch crappies, 20-inch plus crappies. And you hit images. There's one image, it's forever burned in my mind. The back of the tailgate of pickup truck is down. And I think there's like 6 or 7 crappies on there. And you can't see the tailgate of the truck. They're giant.
While you guys talk, I'm gonna do something.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, this is a first.
Yeah. Well, there's first time for everything, they say. So,
I have a question.
Yeah.
Why did you move to Bemidji?
why did I move to Bemidji?
Yep.
Well, it's an interesting story, I guess. I went to school in Grand Forks at UND.
Mm-hmm.
Fresh out of college, looking for a job, and
What'd you get a degree in?
criminal justice. is
Okay.
what I got my degree in. So ended up here, and then kind of bounced around jobs for a little while, and liked the area so much that we decided to stay. So
Bemidji has that effect.
it really does. It's close to Baudette. I can run up there in an hour and 45 minutes or whatever, and you're far enough south where if you need to go to the cities for whatever reason, it's 3.5, 4 hours.
Yep.
and
Yeah,
It's just
a good
it's a
spot.
nice place to be. It's got
Yeah.
everything you need. And
I've had family here my whole life. So as a kid, I was in Bemidji quite a bit, and then moved away. And when I was down in Kentucky, I was like, I want to go back to Minnesota. I want to go to college in Bemidji, and did that. And then about 2 years after I graduated, I moved to the cities. That lasted 2 years, and I moved right back here.
yeah,
Probably
yeah.
not ever going to leave. If I have a job opportunity or something, and I'm going to be like, this is going to be a work from home situation.
telework.
Well, we talked about that too, doing college online.
Yeah.
And maybe working from home wouldn't be a good idea for me.
No.
Try to do a year's worth of work in a month so I can have the rest of the year off.
Doesn't sound fun.
No.
This is, I realized quickly in college that I don't have the attention span or discipline to do an online class at all.
Yeah, just school. Once you're done with it, there's no point worrying about
Right.
any of it after that. So
You think of it like, yeah, I did 2.5 years of criminal justice, and then I was like, all right,
Surrounded
this
by cops.
this is fun, and then all of a sudden I get to that law class, and they slap down a book like that big, and they're like, here's a bunch of laws you need to know, and I said, see ya,
I'm out.
out of here.
And we had an interesting conversation because you had brought, we were just generally BSing in the truck on the way down, and Aaron likes EDM music, and I told you a little bit about this, and he brings up this video of this kid. He's 17 years old.
I'm guessing he's
16, 17? Well, we're going to do a fact check.
yeah. Let's just fact check it. Just
millionaire, is that correct?
way more than that.
Yeah, multi.
Multi-millionaire.
Because I don't know what age he is at this exact time. Okay, so he's now 21, but when he first started, he was
16, 17.
yeah, definitely younger than
He's a DJ.
yeah.
And so he finished out high school doing homework from his private jet as he flew all over the United States. Well, he's from Europe, all over the world.
Yeah.
And-
Heading to class. Also, I'm going to play in front of 150,000 people, and
Yeah.
you're in your jet.
What did his parents do, I wonder?
I don't know. I haven't.
They supported him, and that's what we were talking
Yeah,
about.
they
Like
supported him.
that's what Aaron and
insane.
I were talking about. All three of us have young children, and the age that we live in now, if my daughter had like some exceptional talent and she wanted to pursue that at a very young age, I'd be like, we can do your schooling. You're going to finish high school. We can do that online. I don't want to hold you back and be like, no, you can't. You got to be physically in school. I would be more than happy to be like, yeah, we'll figure this out online. You go and pursue that. Because you only get one shot at life. And I think we all agree on that.
Oh, yeah. So what kind of music is it like? How would you explain it? What's it called? EDM?
EDM, electronic dance music. Berkey.
It's pretty good stuff. You
Centipede.
gotta wait for that bass drop.
Yeah, when you hear the and it just gets louder and louder, and all of a sudden it's like
And the bottom
then it
falls
just goes-
out.
and
And
then
your
the bottom-
ears kind of hurt, not because it's loud, because it's so low. You
Yeah.
have a tendency to like squint your eyes and lean forward.
yeah. But you kind of like start to bob your head, and you're like,
I get
Alright.
it.
I'm into this stuff.
Yeah.
And another term is dubstep.
Dubstep. Yeah, I've
That's
heard of
probably a
dubstep.
little bit more of the aggressiveness of electronic dance music. Because electronic dance music is just a range of anything. It was made electronically. So keyboards, computers, that kind
Yeah.
of stuff. And there's a few people that I follow where they mash up music by like, oh, the pizza man came. So they knock on the door, opens up, and then they have a computer in their hand with a little microphone. And then they ask the pizza man to say a couple words. And then they do it, and then they remix it into, like, they open up the pizza box, and it makes a noise.
Yeah.
They record that, and then they do a whole song. And it's like, burnt, and then all of a sudden they show it programmed like this. And next thing you know, it's all made from, like, a pizza dude. And
Yeah.
they just edited the whole thing.
That's crazy.
And they'll ask the pizza dude, and they'll be like, say, drop it. And then the guys will be like, drop it. And then they'll take it. They'll edit it all out, make it all sound cool. And then when the beat drops, all of a sudden it gets to the pause break right before the bottom falls out. You'll hear the pizza man go, drop it. And then, like,
Yeah.
then it just gets into it, and it's crazy.
super creative stuff.
But it's not everyone's cup of tea. I like it, though, just because it's a mover type thing.
Intense type.
But I mean, yeah, it started out with me shooting them concert-wise for music festivals and stuff, and that's why I got into them. And it's just awesome because you're right up, you're in between the crowd and the stage. You're in between
Sure.
that photo area, and that I've just gotten heavily into it. But I do country and rock and stuff, and I like all that stuff. But back to that, there's a lot of young people in that industry that are sitting on, a private yacht, private jet, 2 homes. That's just because when they were at a young age. How about the 18-year-old hockey players?
Yeah.
Well, parents had to support hockey, get them into hockey.
Yeah.
And they're in the pros.
Yeah.
Meaning they skipped college, probably.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah, I just think the support of I don't
Fingers
even know-
crossed at my daughter Ellen. It's like, Dad, I want to pursue a career in fishing. Cool. I can help you with
Let's
that.
do this. I don't even know where we were going.
I don't either. I think
I think we're talking about college. Why in Bemidji, BSU?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why I moved here.
You used to guide. That's what Patrick tells me.
Yes, I did up on Lake of the Woods for Ballard's Resort.
Ballard. So why did you stop
Well, I don't
Bemidji? You wanted to come to Bemidji?
know. No, it started as a college summer job, basically. And then just kind of decided I'm this far into college already. I might as well finish out and use my degree. And so I've worked there for 3.5 years, I think. And then we ended up over here.
Have you used your degree?
Well, kind of, sort of.
What do you currently do?
Right now I'm a social worker.
So kind of short. All right.
Yeah, not really. Kind of, in a way. A lot of people actually have criminal justice degrees
Mm-hmm.
that end up in that field just because there's so many avenues you can
Pro athletes
can
have a
go.
lot of that degree.
criminal justice.
Absolutely. And marketing. Seriously.
In parks and leisure.
But
and stuff.
they're, they've got millions of dollars from playing pro sports.
Or those athletes that are doctors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how about our guy, Robert Smith, we were talking about earlier? Didn't he retire to go be in the medical field?
I think
Believe
so,
he
yeah.
did. Running back for the Vikings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty sure he did.
Wow, did you see that look? I said Vikings and it just got all scrunchy.
Oh, you're
like-
a
Well, no,
Packers
it
guy,
wasn't.
aren't you?
It wasn't the Vikings. It was the fact that you left a job where you just play a sport and you make millions of dollars.
I don't
That's-
know.
Passion.
Passion, I
I
guess.
guess.
I live
I
a
don't
lonely
get it because all I know is that.
Aaron, I live a lonely life. Why? Because I choose to fish.
I'm just saying the third string kicker is making more than $1 million. He's just sitting on the
yeah.
bench, and you're like, I'm gonna work my life off. I'm gonna get out of this. This whole sitting and having a mansion, it sucks. Dude. I need to get
Well,
out.
he got
of
his
here.
time in, though, you know.
Oh, he already
he
made his
definitely-
money. And he's done.
Oh, yeah. We should look that up, too, probably, before we go.
What's that?
Confirm that Robert Smith was into
Became a
medical field.
doctor.
I'm pretty sure he did, or something to that effect.
Yeah, we'll fact check it.
Yeah, we'll fact
We
check.
we need, that's one thing we do need, is a solid commitment from a dude that doesn't care about
Steven.
fishing.
Steven was supposed to be the fact checker.
Yeah, and he's been absent. I'm going to talk to him about his absenteeism.
He's only made it on like 4 or 5 casts.
Not even.
And he sits over in the corner. And
He doesn't even get a mic. He just, you hear him faintly in the distance. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
No, guys, you got that wrong. But yeah, let's talk a little bit about specifics of today.
All right. How specific do you want to get?
Well,
What were you guys
if we were
using?
going to be talking to somebody that has never done this late fall, we think it's kind of mid fall,
Yeah.
crappie fishing,
Yeah.
how would we go about explaining it to them? Where would you start?
Well,
Because we just zipped right out there because we both know what we're doing.
right. Well, you kind of want to look at those deeper basin areas, and so say Big Turtle Lake, for example. Not that it's the best crappie lake in the county, but just for example, you'd want to look to where you may have been catching those fish, in the summer along those weed lines, and basically they're just going to kind of move down into those basins in deeper water,
Yeah.
and basically sit there, into the winter. And that's why a lot of guys that go out in the fall, they're not only catching fish to catch fish in the fall, they're going out to mark spots for early ice, and that's kind of a really good tactic while you're in the boat and zipping around and putting on the miles and all that time, is to put in a little effort for early ice too, and kind of prepare yourself, get a jump start.
And a basin would be described as, like you were saying, you got that weed line where they live in the summer.
Yep.
And when you say push down deeper, it's usually the deepest part.
Typically
of
the
a-
deepest, like a bowl, so to speak.
And it's the basin. We're talking about the bottom of it,
Yep.
where
bottom.
there's no more contour lines on the map, and yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
The
Crappies
basin.
usually sit deep in the
Yeah.
Yeah, today
bowls.
we were in what, 25?
25 feet, yeah. 24,
25.
25.
Were you fishing a structure, or they were just strictly in the bowl?
Just in the mud.
Just chilling
Just-
down there.
Yep.
Hanging out.
And what you do is you drive over these basin areas. Don't troll or anything. You just got the rods ready, and you're just looking for fish stacked on the bottom, from the bottom up, or sometimes, depending on the lake, you will see the bottom and you will just see massive lines halfway through that water column.
Mm-hmm.
Just
And
a bunch of lines.
typically, they're not going to be as suspended in the fall as they probably will be in the winter time. So it's kind of important to have some form of electronics along too, just so you can,
Yeah,
you don't want to fish below them. You want to fish above them. And
because crappies and bluegills, they feed upward.
And you guys were mixing rod lengths and rods from ice fishing to open water. I mean, that's
Well,
not
Andrew was using a 32-inch noodle rod,
yeah,
a custom noodle rod, and then I had my custom little 43 to 45-inch rod. It's a little bit longer. I like to kind of reach out there a little bit. My rod was bigger than his today.
Patrick had to bend over more than I
6'6".
did though.
live bait, not live bait.
No live bait.
Jigs,
All that bait, all artificials. So
all artificial. Any
yeah.
color specifically working better now than?
Well, this is you were talking about finding spots for early ice. This is a great time to try out some different ice jigs. We used ice
Yeah.
jigs.
yeah,
tungsten
little
ice-
tungsten jigs.
Size 10 hooks on them, 10, 12, and just our little winter microplastics. And yeah, just try to hover over them, and you just drop down, count it down. Or,
Yeah.
he had his flasher with the transducer hanging over the side, so he'd actually pick up his jig, and he could see the fish come up after the bait. I didn't have a flasher with me.
You weren't on that.
I'd let her go until it hit bottom, and then I'd do like 3-4 cranks up, and then
just.
just jig up.
I let him use it at the end though. 'Cause I'm a
Yeah,
nice
but it
guy.
just got too windy.
It did. We got blown all over, but
Would you put it in the middle of you guys and just kind of see what happens?
We'll bring a drill and a big old paddle hole bit, and we'll just drill a hole in the boat. Put the
Just
deucer
right
down
the
in
middle. Call it a day.
Right.
no, it was a blast. You never really know. I mean, you could go out and hammer fish all day, and the beauty of it is there's no one else around. So
Just duck
it's
hunters.
Duck hunters.
Which
Did
we
you
were-
see duck hunters?
Yes.
They were calling for ducks, but we never did see a duck. I
Well,
don't
that's
think.
because the lake
We
you
did.
chose was not a good lake for duck
Well,
hunting.
we saw an immature loon flying,
Yeah.
and we saw it, and it was silent on the lake. They must have seen it and just saw it was something flying, because all of a sudden,
They should.
and I was like, "Oh boy!" I hope we don't hear the gun go off, because that wouldn't be good for
That
them.
is against
But
the
we
law.
heard other duck hunters. We heard a couple shots.
On the lake. Or
No,
just
it
nearby
was-
lake.
It was north of where these other guys were.
Yeah, you hear the
North end.
the faint.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But we heard them guys calling, and I think what happened was the guys that were by us heard those other guys calling, and all they ended up doing, because they
They
couldn't
were just
see each
talking
other,
back each
they were
other.
talking back and forth with each other.
They're like, did you hear that? There's ducks in the distance.
Yeah, and we were kind of,
I have done that for sure,
chuckling.
goose and duck hunting. Where
Ooh, I hear 'em, I hear 'em.
You're like 2 fields over from someone, and you hear geese, and all you're doing is looking like, where's the geese?
right.
Oh, well, hell with it. Let's call them. You know, like,
It was fun to watch.
And then they're like, "Hey, I hear geese." And yeah, you just guys end up
and
in
then
like
you guys,
this.
for an hour and a half, you're just like, where the hell are these
It's
geese?
a duck goose call rap battle almost.
Yeah, it was entertaining. Added entertainment this
Oh, yeah.
morning for sure.
Sometimes duck hunters, you got to respect them too, and try not to position yourself in front of them. If
Yeah.
they're on the edge of the shore, but that's your basin,
Yep.
find a different basin. You
Right.
don't want to get sprayed.
Yeah, they're
For
there
shot.
first too, and they're out there to have
Yeah.
a good time. Just
It's
like
most of the time they're really
else.
cool. Actually, they kind of appreciate a fisherman or two on the lake. If they're moving around,
Yeah,
they'll kick
moving the
duck.
boats around, or moving the fish around, or moving
Ducks.
the birds around. Third guess is the winner.
Maybe the fish too. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? All right, let's do like a lightning round or something, just for fun.
Cool.
So short answers.
Okay.
If you actually, this is gonna be a slightly different one. What if you could get rid of one fish? I mean, if you could keep fishing for one fish, I mean, ice fishing. What would it be? What's your number one? In a short answer,
Crappies.
crappies.
Yes.
Why?
Because they're way
Just
fun.
because I love crappies. I don't know what it is about them. And they're really fun during the ice when you get on a huge school. Walleyes, yeah, they're great. That's cool. I love walleyes too, but I don't know what it is about crappies. It's a lot of fun. I love
Open
it.
water. What's your number one fish?
I don't know if I can answer that.
Yeah, you can.
Can I have more than one
No,
number one?
just your number one.
Yeah.
Okay, give me two then. For you're like, can I give you more than one?
I-
No. Well, then I don't even know any of them. Like what? Give me one.
There's too many. I don't know. I don't have a number one.
All right.
Bass.
Smallmouth bass, largemouth
There you go.
bass, walleyes, sturgeon, big pike. I don't
This
know.
is why we get along, because
It's hard to. It's
walleyes
hard to
aren't
pinpoint.
biting. Let's go bass fishing. Bass
Yeah.
aren't really turning it on. Let's go bluegill fishing.
You know,
I
and
bet you I could get him to go bullhead fishing. with
I'd
me.
go catch some bullheads with you, or some rock bass maybe.
I caught one.
He did catch
Did
one.
you
I
catch a
am,
rock
I
bass
am
today?
the I am the sheriff. I caught one.
Oh my god.
He's a half pounder. He's pretty cool.
No, it's funny to me to see all these guys that are, I'm a diehard walleye fisherman or I'm a diehard bass fanatic, and why not just blend them together and enjoy it all?
They're all
Yeah,
fun.
right.
I like to divvy up my time.
All right. Favorite fishing TV show?
Fish addictions.
Think very. Man, favorite podcast out there?
The broken line.
God, man, you are good at answers.
Aren't I?
Yeah, how much are we paying them?
Star Wars or Star Trek?
Ooh.
Star Wars.
Oh,
Gotcha.
okay. Rebel or Empire?
Empire.
Good answer.
Dun,
Good
dun,
answer.
dun. We ask some of these same questions with other guests too,
Yeah.
because we like to really depict our Star Wars fans out there. Did you
Oh,
see the new
if-
trailer?
I did see the trailer. Yeah. I saw the last movie too. So should be
Yeah.
interesting. When's that come out?
December.
December.
I think they usually come out about December.
It's gonna be awesome. We'll
Is
go
it?
to a we'll go to a Star Wars gathering someday.
Where they're out in front of the movie theater before the midnight release, and they're all
I've done
dressed
that.
up. I know
I-
you.
yeah,
And their
Steve
guards
did
said
that.
it.
It's like a
That's-
43-year-old
You dressed up?
boy. I didn't dress up,
Oh.
but I was that guy in the theater, like, you know, oh my God, the Millennium Falcon. I stood up along with like 3 other guys. We're like, yeah, woo, you know, for a spaceship, a fictitious spaceship. I'm applauding, you know. Han dies. I'm like, tear, like mad. You know, I was really close to being that. That's horse shit. You know, right there in the theater. You know, I'm out of here. You
The
know,
passion. The
yeah.
passion is real.
Yeah.
Where's the director? God.
I want my money back.
Exactly.
Um,
What's your when you were guiding? What's your another quick thing? Well, when you're guiding, what's your favorite? What were you guiding? Like, what's your favorite? Everything. Walleyes, because you were up in.
Yep, the walleye capital of the world.
If you could pick one spot to travel to fish, where would it be, and what would it be for?
Worldwide or just in the state?
Yep, no, everywhere.
worldwide.
Like dream trip.
You know, I always wanted to kind of go to like the Amazon and go for
Oh.
like peacock bass and
Yeah,
all those
Arapaima?
exotics. Yeah, Arapaima.
Oh,
I think that'd be pretty cool.
we
That'd
gotta
be-
figure that out.
I'm a little nervous to like actually stay there and like spend a night there, but
Get bit
mosquitoes,
by
tarantulas,
something.
you never know.
spiders,
There's just
killer stuff.
there's too much stuff. There's bats the size of pterodactyls that can take you away, and just goofy stuff.
That's why we live in the
snakes.
cold up here.
It's the bugs for me. It's the bugs, man. If I spent 2 weeks in Amazon, I'd go 2 weeks without sleep.
Yeah, actually, this last June I was able to knock off another bucket list item and went up to Alaska. That was a good time.
I do want to go to Alaska.
Did the halibut thing and the salmon thing, and that was pretty cool. So,
What's your favorite way to cook fish?
well, taste wise, I'd probably have to say fried, just because that's hard to beat. But lately, especially with like the halibut and the salmon and stuff, we've been baking it a lot. Put a little lemon on there.
Yeah,
a little
we
salt,
just
pepper,
talked
lemon
about that,
pepper.
and that's the way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can throw it on a taco or do whatever you want. It's pretty
Anything
good.
can go in a taco.
Right. There's nothing that doesn't fit in a taco.
No.
Literally nothing.
I'm trying to think. Nope. Nothing.
Nope. 2 seconds of thinking. Nope.
But yeah, the baked
Soup.
route is
Soup does not work in a taco. You cannot put soup in a taco.
Unless you
You
have
could.
the square
could have a
tacos, which
taco.
they do now have the lipped tacos. Hard shell. You gotta eat it quick.
It'd be unless you didn't like you just scooped it out of the can where it's kind of like a paste.
Yeah, you just take the taco and
So
Yeah,
I
turn it
retract.
into a bowl.
Soup does not work in a taco.
I guess.
There you go. Internet.
Moose soup. There you go, people. Moose
we
soup.
fact check that too. Soup in a taco. Is it possible?
I don't know. Steven's not here.
Aaron,
Alright,
tell
what-
me about your shirt. Why don't you show the people your shirt? Aaron's on a pickle kick.
I'm on a pickle kick.
This is
so
the best one.
I have like maybe 10 pickle shirts. In
10 pickle
yeah.
shirts?
2 of them are the costume ones, which is this, and then I have a couple other ones that I'm not going to give away. But any Rick and Morty people, I also have a Rick and Morty pickle one, but we won't get there.
Nice.
But I have so we've decided that every once in a while I need to wear a pickle shirt on the show. So episode like with the one with Matt Brewer, it was just after Halloween, our Halloween episode, and I did this is my costume,
my human costume.
my human costume. I am really a pickle, and this one says.
Oh, this is my pickle costume. I'm kind of a big dill.
Yeah. And when I
It kills
when I
me
when
every
I
time.
bought it, I was just like, all right. But I opened it up, and Patrick was sitting there, and I opened it up, and I held it up, and we just both just
Lost control.
yeah, basements
Lost
were
it.
flooded type of situation.
Yeah.
So I got a pickle. I like pickles.
You have
and
a
this
pickle
is
fetish?
not a fetish.
Pickle addiction?
Yeah, that's a better term than a pickle
Yeah,
fetish.
I was gonna be like, we're gonna just start a whole new podcast about and get into that real deep,
Yeah.
real deep.
Yeah, we'll wear masks so no one knows who we are, and we'll start the pickle fetish. Jeez. No, I don't know. It's just a weird thing. The pickle stuff. I don't know.
Just like pickles.
Yeah.
They're pretty good. I hate cucumbers, but I like pickles. If that makes any sense.
That kind of does.
I don't know.
It makes about as much sense as like I hate potatoes, but I love mashed potatoes.
That's weird.
Yeah, you're weird.
So I like pickles, but I hate cucumbers.
So this
It's a texture thing.
this in a sense, I think. I mean, I don't know if you have any more things to say. That's completely fine. But as a mini sub injection of
Everything else that I need to talk to Andrew about is super top secret stuff.
VIP behind the
Yeah.
back. This was like one of those. We had nothing planned, and you don't guide. You don't do anything professionally in a sense. You're just an awesome fisherman.
Well, I
So-
wouldn't say I'm an awesome fisherman. I'm just
Yeah.
a guy that likes to
Okay.
get out there.
There's a dude that fishes here, and you know, so yeah, we had nothing planned. So it was just kind of interesting to get someone in here and us just to break the line and just literally randomly just have a fun conversation.
Yeah.
With
That's pretty
fishermen,
much what
for
we
sure.
did.
And a friend. Yeah.
Is we talked a little bit about what you fished today, some of
Yeah.
the stuff that you've done, just fishing, just general stuff of a fisherman.
Yeah.
And I mean that's in my mind cool. I mean, we
What's your big goal for this winter? What do you want to do this winter? Big goal.
Big
Ice fishing goal.
I'd love to go up to Canada into Ontario and get after some lake trout.
Man,
That's
I
what
have never
wanna
done it, and that's all people talk about
You
now.
should have changed it to I want to go to Manitoba.
Well, I mean, you could, but
I have two.
either or.
I have two.
I also would like to go to Lake Winnipeg this year.
Okay.
So.
I want to fish Lake Superior for burbot, and I want to try to find the burbot spawn on Lake of the Woods.
Well, when you find it, you should call me. I'll go with you.
Will you?
Yeah.
Nice. Usually,
Nice.
local. How would you say it? Bodettians.
But
No, well, you said bought it wrong, so
but
Yes.
Anyway, they
That's
they
so
don't
fast.
they don't like the burb.
no, a lot of people don't. But how about everyone else?
they're the Baudette
Right.
beauties actually.
So
What we call
and that's the beauty part about being a rough fisherman.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you don't like bullheads, but you catch them here. Oh, cool, thanks. I don't have to put in any work. So, I mean, a few phone calls back home, you could probably get us, pretty close to where we need to be instead of like, well, it's been 4 years of drilling holes and still haven't found quite where they're spawning yet.
No.
Where if you ask them old timer, like, hey, where do the burbot spawn? Oh my God, you guys are morons. They're right here. Cool. Thank you. Done. I'll take the easy road.
well, the state record's been caught up there, 2-3 times. So,
I think all of our state
Yeah.
records have been caught there. Yeah.
The last three for sure have been up there.
And we're gonna get the previous record holder in here, Mr. Guthrie. Yeah. He's got his mounted. It's incredible. I'm
big
gonna beg him to bring it in.
I'd like to see it. That would be impressive.
36
Probably
by 26 or 28.
Looked like it swallowed a bowling ball.
Yeah, pretty much.
Once we get our new podcast room, which we eventually want to do one of these months / next year, whatever, season 2, he can give it to us so we can hang it on the wall behind
Ooh,
us.
that would be a tall order.
Yeah.
Probably-
How about we put your fish in all of season 2?
He could
Can we
rent
just
it
hang
out.
on the wall?
He could rent
yeah,
it.
exactly. Can we rent your fish for season 2? Hang it
Yeah.
up on the wall?
We could maybe swing
And then
that
we
deal.
literally contact everyone nationwide and be like, oh, you got a state record? We'll rent it out. Next thing you know, our whole wall will be full of state
It
records.
looked like Cabela's in here.
Yeah, and that would be pretty sweet. I was like, oh, we got a grizzly bear behind us.
Put an aquarium in.
Episode 252, we have aquarium back there. With
We're
real
looking
fish
for
swimming through it.
a full body mount of a standing polar bear. If anybody out there can help us, we will definitely want to rent that.
Yeah,
But
and maybe even not even rent it, but just literally physically own it.
the new studio space. I mean, I think you should get a hold of one of these EDM guys, and we set
Ask
it
them.
off for the housewarming party or the studio warming party.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm kind of interested now. I gotta check this out. This EDM stuff.
Their stages that they build are like they'll be in like they'll design. It's like 5 months to build this spaceship that like raises up and acts like it's kind of like floating, and then there's screens all around it, so it looks like it's flying through space, and they're in the middle like what?
yeah, there's lasers and fire and
Smoke and all kinds of
Shoot.
carbon
cake and
cake and
it's weird. It's
welcome to EDM music.
glitter.
It's like glitter and boats.
Yeah.
Glitter boats.
So yeah, that's one of the things we've been talking about is changing our
Studio space.
studio space,
Expanding, getting
bigger, so we can get 4 people in here. Redesigning just the table aspect.
Yeah.
And we want to do like a log front, a log table type deal. You know, a nice barnwood feel background,
Do you have
maybe
any
a couple
carpentry
pictures.
skills?
Probably know more than you do.
Okay.
I don't think I'll have a
You'd be
problem
good.
building it.
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna have a problem building it. We just need to figure out the time, the space, and when.
Right.
It could be a fun winter project.
It would.
Yeah.
You just crank up the heat, and
Go to town.
but the problem is just
That's not insulated.
stupid boats too.
Yeah.
They can sit outside. Tarp them up.
Yeah, that's the reason why they're in here, so that it doesn't have to sit in the weather. But yeah,
Oh, man.
Good times. Good times. Well, what do you think?
are you satisfied?
Is there anything more you'd like
You're-
to say?
The thing with this like I've said is you're just, it's that, what are we going to talk about? Forget it. Let's just do it. I was going to say fuck it. Forget it. Let's just roll with it. Let's just do it. Jump in and we'll just talk about the day basically. This is what happened today with a few other fun things.
Sure.
And I think it worked out
Yeah. It was
fine.
fun.
As winter comes, maybe you'll come back. We
definitely.
always have
Love
the
to
door
come back.
open for other people to come in. Don't
Good.
forget SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, YouTube, random apps, Player FM. Almost gonna have Stitcher ready
Yeah.
soon. Waiting for the application. But don't forget to subscribe, like, share, watch it on YouTube, or at least just subscribe. Even if you don't watch it on YouTube,
Yeah.
just subscribe.
Subscribe.
It's easy.
iTunes, subscribe. Google Play, subscribe. Whatever. SoundCloud.
Mm-hmm.
Just hit the subscribe button. Just maybe if you have 5 ways to watch it: cell phone, Apple TV, your girlfriend's cell phone, your wife's cell phone, your mom's cell phone. Just click it up, get the views. You know, like
Right.
just why not? You know, you have 2 phones. Bring it up on both. 2 views.
I do. I have it. I'm subscribed on both phones.
I went into so breakaway. I went into Target the other day and they have iPads on display and it's locked up. And I went in there and I'm like, broken line, subscribe. And then I left it there and I'm like, all right, sweet. So Target subscribes to iTunes. That's
You're
what
gonna
I'm
make
talking
your way
about.
over to Walmart next.
Yeah, exactly. Just go everywhere to town and then I'm gonna jump over to the Verizon store and be like, well, I gotta do it here.
It's called guerrilla marketing. I love it.
Sneaking in, dude. Anyone out there who truly loves it, Cody, you know, those type
Oh, yeah.
of people, go to your local Walmart and Target and subscribe to
Yeah.
the Broken Line.
You know what?
That would be
That
funny.
just gave me a great idea. I'm gonna just walk around the streets. Be like, oh man, my cell phone died. I gotta call my buddy. Okay, cool. I just sent him a text, but really he's subscribed.
Yeah. That's guerrilla marketing. You're like, hey,
Yeah.
can I use your cell phone? Oh, you got an iPhone? Oh, okay. Can I use your phone real quick?
Yeah.
Podcast, Broken Line. Thanks. Actually, don't need it anymore.
Yeah, I'm good.
There you go. But you'll get a notification. Just subscribe to the Broken Line. Guerrilla marketing. Anyone that out there wants to help us, that's the way to do it. For sure.
Expanding.
And
in
Why have we
numbers.
not thought of this?
If you can get proof that you've done this, we'll give you a treat.
What's
We
the
got a
truth?
treat. Yeah, it could be anything, dude.
Yeah, okay. If you go into your Target or Walmart and there's internet on those devices and you subscribe, we'll give away
Hoorag.
some Hoorags. You
Yeah.
got one on right now.
Yeah, I got my.
Minus the branding. We'll give away some Hoorags. All you gotta do is send us a message on Facebook.
Sounds like
Do
a
it.
good deal.
That's pretty
Easy.
cool.
But Midgie, sorry, you're done. I already did it.
Yeah, unless they hit the Walmart.
Unless they hit the Walmart. This is true.
Yeah, Walmart. Anything's fair game. Walmart, AT&T,
Verizon.
Verizon, Sprint, T-Mobile.
Any public.
Spin that. If your local cafe has an iPad with a square on it,
Square
you spin
space.
that thing around and be like, "You're subscribing right now."
Yeah, you
Do
go to
it.
like Canterbury Coffee and you're
Now
like,
we don't want people like holding up the store just to like, do it now, do it, subscribe. We don't want that. We
So
don't
you
want
walk
that.
in,
That's
you're
a
like, you
little
need to
bit-
subscribe right now.
right.
But
no.
you go to Canterbury Coffee and you pay for your thing, they flip their iPad towards you for you to sign.
Yeah.
That's when you push the button, bring up podcasts, type in the Broken Line, subscribe.
And you might have to play it kind of dumb, be like, I did something wrong.
Yeah,
So they
for
can
some-
get back and log into their Square, their card reader.
I accidentally pushed the wrong button.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. As you pull out your iPhone, be like, yeah, what's up, dude? Yeah, I just messed up their iPad. I don't know how to use this thing.
I just
Locked
subscribed, man.
So when's the last time you were out fishing, Aaron? Sorry, don't.
That's okay. We were only supposed to end this thing 10 minutes ago, but let's keep going.
Was the last time I was fishing?
Yeah.
Bass fishing.
Bass fishing, probably.
Wasn't that like...
Oh, I did fish a little in... Maybe I did fishing. No, I didn't finish up in Canada. Yeah, bass fishing right here. Big Turtle. With him and Mike.
Yeah, I saw you guys that day.
That's right. You were up on the balcony.
I was
And
up
we
on
were-
the balcony.
We were waving
Yeah.
down.
Yeah,
waving
you
up
were
at
shooting text
My
messages.
blaze orange shirt on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, there's bass right there. There's bass right over here.
Yeah, there
We
was
still
no
couldn't
bass
catch
there.
it. We struggled.
Yeah,
And maybe next time we go out, if we go out between now and ice up, we'll grab the young
Aaron's
boy.
coming along
Yeah. I'll film a
for
little.
sure.
Yeah.
Film a little.
Yeah.
For sure, too.
Yeah.
Before-
Drag one of these boats out. Follow
Yeah,
us.
We just pulled the last boat out.
I know.
It's too early.
Your docks are all out too, aren't they?
Yeah. Oh, no, there's one left in.
Is there? Okay.
Yeah, one. It's too early.
Yeah.
When you have, like, I don't know, 12 boats and, like,
We got to leave one in.
12 dock pieces and 9 boat lifts or 10 boat lifts.
And all the other fun stuff you
And
got
it up
floating
to
out
It
there.
literally could snow tomorrow.
Well,
We're pulling it.
it's going to snow this weekend, but that doesn't mean the water's going to freeze.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't want to be out. I don't want to be out swimming while I pull up freaking
No.
stuff. That
Ooh.
doesn't.
Yeah. That's blue lip material there.
Yeah.
That's hypothermia.
Yeah, I don't need any of that.
Then you will look like you're on Flocka, but you'll be in a hypothermic state.
Waka
Run
flocka?
around naked, screaming at trees. I'm gonna die.
Living the life of the Broken Line Flocka.
Oh God, let's just
All
quit
right.
with that.
All right, yeah. Don't forget to subscribe, all that good stuff, and everything that we said. I'm Aaron,
I'm Andrew.
I'm Patrick.
and this is
The Broken Line
where all we do is break the line
and other stuff.
and other stuff. It's kind of a really awesome name, right? The
Okay.
Broken Line. You're talking about fishing, but when the line breaks, man, shit just gets unreal. Yeah!